What's up, everybody? Soren Baker here on Unique Access Entertainment. As always, please hit that subscribe button. As you guys know, it's free, and that enables us to keep coming to you guys as often as possible with as many icons of the game as possible. So please like, subscribe, share, talk about us, be about us, each one teach one. Unique Access Entertainment. Hit that subscribe button. Now today, man, this is amazing. We have the honor and the privilege of being joined by a true icon, legendary artist in the game, Salt from Salt-N-Pepa.
No problem, absolutely.
Yeah, well, it's an honor talking to you for Unique Access Entertainment. And one of the things that, I was born and raised in Maryland. And so we're big Go-Go fans, as you know, right outside of D.C. And the thing that I wanted to talk about, I'll Take Your Man early, but the thing that always intrigued me was on the delivery side of things, going from Showstopper to I'll Take Your Man. It seemed like you guys had grown so much on your presentation and your power vocally. So what led to that?
I mean, I don't even know if it was a conscious choice or decision or anything that led to it. That Parliament Funkadelic sample was just bomb, so the energy on that sample, you had to definitely bring it up high, and that was the song that I think solidified us in the streets. Like the Showstopper got our foot in the door, got everybody interested, like, who's these girls dissing Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh? I want to hear more. And then when we came out with I'll Take Your Man, it was like, okay, they're good. And then also when we played at the Fever, which the Fever was like, the Apollo of the streets back then. And we rocked the Fever. And so we was, history was made.
I would say so. And it led to a phenomenal career. So early on, how familiar were you with Go-Go before you rapped over I'll Take Your Man beat?
Not very much at all. Go-Go, I was just on Clubhouse in a Legends, DJ Scratch's Legends room, and we had a whole conversation about Go-Go, and Curtis Blow was on there, and he was saying how, when you first went to DC, you didn't really know that much about Go-Go, and you didn't understand the crowd was kind of still while you were on stage. And it was very confusing. It's like, all right, y'all brought us here, but y'all not really feeling us. And everybody quickly caught on to knowing that as an artist, if you're gonna go to Maryland, DC, you go to Philly, that whole area, that you're gonna have to, dib and dab in some Go-Go. And My Mic Sound Nice was actually the song that really, made us like, made them respect us as artists. But they always brought you there, but they would literally be like standing there.
No, I saw a big concert at the Capitol Center in Landover, and I just remember that seat had like 18,000 people. And I'll never forget, the rapper that was the biggest at the time was right before Rare Essence. And the rapper didn't understand that they were really there for Rare Essence. So when the rapper got off, they were clapping, the whole stadium went crazy, but they thought it was like for them. And they realized once Rare Essence got on, they were like, no, that wasn't for you, that was for Rare.
That's exactly what Curtis said. He was like, they were all just waiting for Rare Essence. They were not there for him. So, yeah.
Okay, crazy. Now, the other thing about I'll Take Your Man that I thought was so interesting too was like the taunting of the woman. So what made you guys comfortable to just be like dogging the women on there? That kind of shocked me. That's it.
I think that it was just a bold statement that a lot of women, young women probably think, but don't really say, so we knew that it would have an impact, which is hip hop, that shock value, that braggadocious, like, things you wouldn't say in life, but you say on the record. That's undeniable, that people will gravitate toward it and will get it. But yeah, that was super, super out the box. I wouldn't sing a song like that now because I'm a grown woman, but back then it was like, I'll take your man for sure.
Okay. And then given that this was 86, getting into the 87 era, this was a lot of singles were going on before the albums, and you guys had that as well. So looking back, what advantage do you think you had, or how did it affect you having so many singles come out before Hot, Cool, and Vicious hit?
I mean, I think it introduced us to the audience. It gave them an opportunity to get to know us, get to know who we are, set up an album by being familiar with us. Back then it was hard to get on the radio. So the fact that we even got on the radio was like a miracle as a female rap duo, kind of unheard of, But Herbie, our producer, had a relationship with DJ Marley Marl. And so on the weekends, that's the only time you could hear rap music for a couple of hours. So everybody was waiting. And if you got that spot, and Herbie finessed that spot for us, and he finally played it. And being that it was the answer to Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh's The Show, made it another bold move, So I think that also traveling through to the local areas in Manhattan, to the clubs like the Inferno and the Red Parrot. And, you did groundwork back then, right outside of New York, Jersey, and Philly, and so on and so forth, doing all the skating rings, the hottest skate rings, and just laying your groundwork. And we did that. We were going to college in the daytime. We were working at Sears after school, and we were traveling in Herbie's little beat up Datsun to clubs in Manhattan on the weekends. So we was grinding to solidify ourselves in the industry. In the streets, really. It wasn't in the industry at that point.
Yeah, because the industry was so small. Really.
Yes.
And since you brought up Marley Marl, I was always curious, is that how you guys had Kool G Rap help write Chick on the Side? How did that work?
You just reminded me of that. You know your stuff. Kool G Rap was friends with Herbie, and he's a phenomenal writer. And I think they just kind of got together and came up with that whole topic, which was another bold statement. So yeah, shout out to Kool G Rap. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because I mean, clearly he's a phenomenal writer. So
yes.
When did you guys, were you in the studio with him at all, or were you there when he was writing it all, or did it just, no?
I don't remember, actually. I don't think we were in the studio with him, but I don't remember, to tell you the truth.
Okay, fair enough. And then with My Mic Sounds Nice, that one, to me at least in Maryland, I remember that one got not as much as Push It, but it got a lot of radio play. And a little bit later, even when I was old enough to go to clubs, they were still playing that in Maryland and D.C. So what do you think it was about My Mic Sounds Nice that hit so hard and hit differently than a lot of the rest of the album?
Well, once again, kudos to the people that came before us that laid the foundation for us to sample music, that was already there and present, and you already felt it, you already knew it, So let's just start with that. It's already a familiar vibe, and then turn around and put some lyrics on it, some smooth lyrics, some go-go, mixed with some bold ladies just rocking with the best of them. And I think it was just a feel,
Okay. And one of my other favorite songs on the album that I think a lot of people don't talk about a lot is It's All Right. And that one, I love that song. And I wanted to ask about having the reggae element, and also the scratching, and it's a little bit harder in a lot of ways.
Yes.
So what appealed about that whole song to you to make it stand out like that?
Well, Peppa's Jamaican. She's from Jamaica, and so that would just came naturally, like that we would have a song with, she loved rock because, she's true to it. So to have a song that represented her heritage, was just like, made sense.
Okay, gotcha. And then, given that you guys had a huge success, and at the time it was unusual to sell that many records, and obviously, especially then, for females to sell that many records, did the touring and everything lead to the time gap between Assault with a Deadly Pepper and Hot Cool and Vicious? Why was there so much time in between?
The touring between Hot Cool and Salt with a Deadly Pepper, I want to say that's when Pep got pregnant. I'm pretty sure. Well, no, because that was Shake Your Thing. So you know more than me, man. I forgot. What was on the Hot Salt with a Deadly Pepper? Was it Shake Your Thing?
Shake Your Thing is on there.
Right. Okay. So there was no pregnancy then.
Get up. Get up.
Right. Get up. I don't, bro. You asking some detailed questions. I have no idea why. I know one thing. I can tell you this: girls don't like to tour. Like, we hated touring because, guys go on the road and they're guys and they used to, living out of a suitcase is nothing for them. Plus they taking girls to their room every night, skeezing, as we used to say back in the day. Like, it was just one big party for them. And not that we didn't have fun and enjoy performing, but it's hard for a woman to live out of a suitcase, and we ain't taking nobody home with us at night. We go into our hotel rooms alone for the most part. Then Herbie's my boyfriend, and God knows what he's out there doing on the road, because I ain't seeing him in our room at night either. So probably had something to do more with, we just didn't really care for touring than anything other than that. More personal kind of reasons.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, speaking of Herbie, with Assault with a Deadly Pepper, Fingerprints, it seemed like had much more to do with that, especially on the writing side of things. So what made Herbie take a step back and Fingerprints really step up on that album?
You would have to ask Herbie. I don't know. Flavor wanted a different flavor. I think it was very smart of him to want to, collaborate. I don't sign to the whole, you should write your own lyrics, you should do your own music as a producer. I think a producer is someone who brings a collaboration together. You can take a concept and bring it through, the lyrics, the music, the master, the mix, the master, the musicians, bring in the right singers. It's just like when someone produces a movie, they're responsible for making the whole movie. And so to me, I think it's smart, when producers bring in other elements, even to make a beat, it doesn't make them any less of a producer.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I think a lot of people that get a little too over obsessed with the credits, sometimes they forget that even when one person produces a song, there's still 4 or 5 people there.
Yes.
They're the boss of the song, but they're not the only one making decisions
Exactly. Some people, back in the day, they could just hand you a beat and then they're out, and all I got was a beat. I've produced songs like that. Give me a beat and I turn it into a song by, like you said, you bring in the right singers. If there's a hook you want someone to sing on, if you don't write it yourself, you bring in somebody who can write and get the best out of that beat. You bring in keyboard players, musicians, and you say, I need this, I need that, and so it's a collaborative effort. A beat to me is not a produced song. You get credit for making the music, but it's not a produced record. And a lot of producers do that. They drop off beats and call themselves a producer. The big producers produce the whole entire song. They don't leave until that thing is mastered, you know, down to, you know, bring up the highs, bring, you know, the bass is too hard, like with the person mastering the song.
Yeah,
the engineer.
The beat maker is just a songwriter, if that's all they do.
Right, to me. But, you know, there's great beat makers out there. So
be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.